Hey guys, it's been a really long time since I've made a post for myself. So it's Taylor Compton, the conservative pooper scooper here, and I made a point because I get asked a lot of times about my opinions of abortion and get into a lot of discussions on the matter. And so I wanted to kind of walk you through what I tell people, and I always try to think logically about the matter. And so here goes. So I always tell people that you can do what you want to do as long as you're intellectually honest with yourself about what it is that you're doing. And if you can admit what abortion is, then I only have religious reasons for disagreeing with it. But you got to be honest about it. And I don't believe in legislating my religious beliefs because I believe government is supposed to be responsible for all people. And if I use that as a basis for legislation, then I'm imposing my religion onto other people. And I actually believe I prevent people from coming to be saved as a Christian on their own. God does not force us to follow his law. Instead, he gives us the law and then says, there you go, break it or don't. And it's free will. So let's intellectually break down what abortion is. So according to the dictionary, abortion means the deliberate termination of a human pregnancy. Now, termination means to end. So knowing what we're ending, obviously a human pregnancy, then we can say what's happening here. So if a pregnancy is not ended, what's the outcome? Well, it would be a human child, either male or female. I guess that's a point of debate now, but it is, scientifically speaking and medically speaking. So there are no other possible outcomes other than the natural death of a child inside of the womb. So if we know a pregnancy carried to term results in a child, then we can conclude that if from being born, if we are preventing a child from being born, then we have killed the child. Or just, you could say, I guess, we prevented it from being born. But either way, I don't really see any difference because the outcome's exactly the same. Either way, there's no child. So we also know deep down, people understand the concept is death, or because people actually use that term. We use terms like abortion, termination, lost, dead even, when we describe a unborn child or a pregnant lady's child when they've died. When they've lost a child, right? I mean, that's a pretty common statement. You've lost a child. We all understand that a child is dead. People use that even after the child is born, and regrettably someone loses a child. So we also know fundamentally that if someone, that we understand this concept that abortion or ending or terminating or loss means we're killing something. Because if someone were to kill a pregnant lady, we call it a double murder or a double homicide. So that means to me that legally a child is considered a life. So now if we've killed a child, now we have to ask if the child had a choice in the matter. Obviously, an unborn child can't speak for itself. Obviously, an unborn child doesn't have an opinion. Obviously, an unborn child didn't have a choice. It was left strictly to the mother in most cases. So, let's compare that. If you or I went out and killed somebody and it was not their choice, we involuntarily killed somebody, we call that murder. So, murder, the definition, is the unlawful or premeditated killing of one human being by another. Let's compare that definition straight to the definition of abortion. Abortion, which is the deliberate, premeditated termination, killing of a human pregnancy, child. Logically speaking, that's what we can conclude. So then we can say the only difference between murder and abortion is one is legal and the other is illegal or unlawful, as the definition describes it. So what we are saying basically is abortion is the legal killing, legal premeditated killing